what I want to talk about is the sensation of aliveness as a way to monitor how we are connected with our heart. Maybe it's laughable matter, you may think. What do you mean by connecting to heart? Maybe I have to start from there, just briefly. If we are not connected to our heart at the center, the brain just go wacko. And what helps to not go wacko, I hope that's the English. My English is very poor. Going wild, mind going wild, or hit your head onto the wall many times. That's what you do, or I do, when we get trapped in the mind. So, what connection to the heart means is let go of that mind, not to be occupied in itself, especially by the ego-driven idea that may not look at the whole picture, and with self-centeredness create all the barriers for the rest, but for yourself, ourselves, that I'm right, I better do this, I should do it, you don't understand, this is the way, kind of a crazy state. It's like a kid's not grown up to cry. Terrible too, I think they call it in the United States. And as adult, we may be like that, and we see it on the YouTube or news every now and then. It's a sad situation because when it happens, eyes are like glaring and it looks like their horn sticking out, and I'm gonna do it, right? You don't get it kind of attitude. And when you are that person, that's what it is. If you're looking at from outside, with calm and quiet mind, you wonder what's going on in that person. But that's what the human is, that we have this words and logic that we use. And when it's misprogrammed, like an algorithm or software, it can go wacko, crazy. So I'm almost forgetting what I want to say because I occupied my mind in this talk, in my capturing my image in that. But the point of this talk is connecting to the heart. And when you connect to the heart, even touching your heart and be calm and quiet into samadhi, no mind, no self state. So it's like earth, connecting the occupied electric power got into the ground. So it's grounded state. Then you see your mind is clear, empty, like a sky. It could happen. It does happen to me. And it's a very peaceful sense. I call it going back to the home, eternal home, and relax. So, if we know this level of connection or not, that may be like looking at the mirror. And when the connection is not there, you don't know. But if you look at the connection is there, maybe you see like a paint on your cheek. There's something happening. I better do something about it. So that can happen if we have the mirror. So what's the mirror? And actually there's a wisdom of mirror mind. In Buddhism, there are 4 types of them, and one of them is, I call it mirror mind. That's the one. I talked about the 4 wisdom. There's elsewhere, but I shouldn't go into that direction. So what is that mirror? That's the sensory trigger anchoring mechanism that warn us that we are off connected from the root, the heart. And you're stiff. So stiffness is one example that you're off. What is the example of the, the caught up you get tight, defend yourself, challenge? It's so stupid, but it happens, right? But when it's not, and if you're in your eternal home, then what is that sense from mind-occupied state to the heart-centered state? And I call that, and this is a finding, it's the word aliveness. When connection is there, the body's cells are happy. So there's vibration of the body. And it's like kind of like sitting in the warm bath that you can totally relax and enjoy. So that's what happens when you are in samadhi. But the problem is, since you don't know it, the first important step is to realize something is going on, which is not having this sensation, aliveness, and happiness to come with when you are connected. The bottom line is that that's the reason why we practice meditation and breathing and all that. Counting to 10 can be one. But you need to notice when you're getting there. But let's call it, okay, I have hit my head over and over, bouncing, that I cannot go. So when you have that, just touch your heart. Breathe in and breathe out. And feel the sensation from within. Just try that. You can do this too. Brain and heart. And do that multiple times a day. In fact, you want to do it all the time. Because our mind can be wild, jump around. So just a thought from here, and hopefully connected to the heart. Let's avoid the danger before we get into the trap. But once you get into the trap, find a way out of it with samadhi, calm and quiet mind, or touching your heart. Call Namamida Butsu. Eternal home. Thank you.